Wait a minute. I didn't think it'd been that long since I played Minecraft. What is that 7 for? Hey guys, how's it going? Don't worry, it hasn't been that long since our last video. This should be right on schedule. In hopes. We'll see. Since the last video, we have had not one, but 2 Minecraft updates. The first update was 1.21.6, which dropped like 1 or 2 days after I had finished recording the last video. So we didn't get any of that into the last video. But I did not look at when the most recent update, 1.21.7, came out. But don't worry, we didn't miss the 1.21.6 stuff. It's all still here. And there's not more new stuff to look at. It was just a hot fix. It fixed a bunch of bugs. There's nothing extravagant in this one. It also had, I believe, the Dennis painting, which is a dog. I believe it's a altered rendition from the Dennis painting in the Minecraft movie. It also gives us the lava chicken disc, which is just a legally distinct version of lava chicken from the Minecraft movie. It's alright. I'm probably not going to search it out though. But 21.6, that's the big one. That's the one that dropped right after I finished recording last episode. That one has the happy ghasts, and I'm not sure what else. That's really the only major thing in there that anyone ever talks about is the happy ghast. I also just looked over at the Discord for Optifine. They are currently at 70% for 1.21.6. Hopefully it won't take them too much to adjust it to 1.21.7, since it was just fixing bugs and putting in a painting and a disc. Hopefully it doesn't take too much to swap that over. Minecraft is really giving Optifine a run for their money, but hopefully we get our zoom back. Now, we are not going to go get us a happy ghast yet. Okay, maybe we are. I think we might go ahead and just grab one, because we're going to be working right here on a little building today. So maybe we'll go for a quick excursion, just fly through the nether for a little bit, see if we can find a soul sand area, and see if we can find a ghastling, a dried ghastling. And then we can have a happy ghast. I don't know what I was doing in here. I killed somebody for that shell. It is mine now. Can I put disc in the bag? Disc is in the bag. Nothing else can go in the bag, so there's no point to disc in the bag. We'll just put disc here. We'll listen to it again someday, but not at this exact moment. At this moment, I think we'll go get a happy ghast, and then we can carry on with the video. Because today we're going to build a little something up here on the hill. I've already flattened it out a little bit, but we're going to build something up here over top of our water elevator. And it is going to contain our storage area. Slightly speaking of, there was an announcement from Minecraft, I think today? I'm not sure. But apparently, they're finally giving us the copper golems, which is really cool. It's kind of funny that they announced it on the day that I was going to start recording a storage building, because what they do is they take stuff from their special little copper chest and put it into other nearby chests, basically making them probably very slow, but still a sorting system. But maybe we'll do something with them either over at the industrial area or over at the village to just sort minimal objects, just so we can have something for them to do, because they seem fun and I love the copper golems. They look really cute. I might just have 1 or 2 just wandering around the base, just because. The sun is going down, so I'm going to go to the nether so that it doesn't matter. Yippee-ki-yay! Alright, let's go down and find us a soul sand area and see if we can find a happy ghast. I know we can make a happy ghast. I just don't really want to. I feel like that's cheating. You should just have to search for them. We might have to go a little ways. Probably not too much this direction since we haven't really gone this direction. Either down here or... Ooh, soul sand. Or on the roof. But we still haven't... We kind of load in a lot of stuff when we're around places. I don't see anything here. So we might need to go further. Oh, we get into basalt going further. I don't like basalt. I want a happy ghast. This might be a long search. We'll see what happens. I'm so glad I have an elytra though. Oh, I'm fire. I don't know exactly where you can find them. I think I remember hearing just generally, oh, they're in bone structures in the soul sand valleys. We might need to go further. We may have accidentally loaded that area. Oh, look. More. Can confirm. Nothing under this one. Alright, we've got lava starting to drip from the ceiling. That is a good sign. We have not been here before. It's too bad there's not much soul sand over here. What's that? Oh, boy. Is the boy. I found him. He's mine. Goodbye. Alright, gonna be completely honest. I'm getting tired of just seeing soul sand and bones. How do I get home? I think it's this direction. Maybe. I don't know. Help. Mark! Soul sand! Oh, look! Another dry ghastling. Ow! You're rude. Well, there's a dry ghastling. I don't think I've ever loaded this area before. Alright, I give up. I'll ask for directions. Well, the portal to our house is at minus 55. Minus 31. We're really far away. Oh, hey, I know this place. Ha! Perfect. Never didn't have it. Ah, home sweet home. Mildly surprised that I found it. Not gonna lie. Alrighty. We have us a happy ghast. A little baby happy ghast. He shall go in the puddle. Because we're going to be sitting right here working all day. So we'll notice when he appear. And hopefully notice when he get big. He's so sad. Now, you go in here. Stay hydrated, little man. Now that we have our happy ghast, he'll be sitting over there, working on getting hydrated, and then he will become a ghastling, and then a full-blown happy ghast eventually. So he needs time to do that. While we're waiting on him to do that, we can work on our... I'm not sure. We might orient it like this. Have the front facing out this way. But we're going to do maybe like some sort of barn structure. I feel like that's what we need. That way it can be big and not be overwhelming. But I need something big for a main storage unit. Let's put together some stuff and then we'll get started. I think we're going to do the actual storage system first. So I need to pull together some materials and then we'll kind of show what's going on with the storage units. And then we can build around it once we've got our whole system put together and figured out and we know what's going on. And we're back. I've collected the majority of the materials that we're going to want. I've also gone into the creative world and kind of plotted this out a little bit. And I've got the basic footprint of what I think we're going to want to do. I think we're going to end up with 18 double chests, which I think is going to be enough for what's currently going on. This can always be expandable later, whether it's off of the same building, or if we build a little offshoot building with a little bit of extra storage, or if we just go up a little bit, because this can be vertically stacked as well. Now, the idea for this, actually, I think I've just ripped the entire design, actually, from Etho on Hermitcraft Season 10. This is the storage system that he's using for this season. So what it's doing is, it's based off of hopper minecarts, and water is supposed to be like a minimal amount of redstoning that's going on here. So all of it's going to be redstone is the actual minecart launcher, which we'll get to eventually. It's probably going to be right about there. For now, I'm just going to build up these walls. Actually, I'll probably just finish this one wall with you guys watching, and then I'll duplicate it twice more. So what needs to happen is we've got hoppers going into back of each of these chests, and then we're going to have to alternate. So our water's going to come up with a bubble elevator over here and flow over onto this guy. So we need off to the side here. Come on. There we go. It's going to fall down here, land on this hopper, flow over, fall down, land on this hopper, and then it's going to fall down something like that, all the way up there. And then what's going to happen is there's going to be another bubble elevator here that'll take it up, and it's going to have to roll over to do the same thing over here. Oh, bad. There you go. I hate hoppers. Why are they so goofy shaped? It's only when I decide to record building on the fly that I realize I am all over the place all of the time. Okay, we just need to build stuff to make sure that the water is not going to get out. We need a pillar here. I'm just gonna stop here. So to minimize waste, we only need it right where water is going to be, because we're going to have some fence gates here and here and at the end of each hopper, basically. Then we can come in here, and we got water flowing this direction. That will catch the minecart and head it that way. So we want this guy broken here, and then we want rail there, and then we want a rail here. I guess I could have done that from this side. Ooh. Some of these are going to be... I think this is going to be the exterior wall of the building. So we'll probably have to replace these, actually. So this is going to be a bubble elevator column. It's coming up to here. And then it's going to come over. I think we're going to need more of the powered rails, actually. So water's going to come over like that. It's going to hit there and head over. Alright, we should probably make sure that the water can't go anywhere, and then we can go ahead and put the water in. Now that looks right. We need those there and another water there. So what you see is going on is we're going to have a bubble elevator column right here. It'll flow over. The hopper minecart is going to drop stuff into these, and then it's going to flow over and drop down, and then it's going to pull stuff out of this hopper and then put them into those hoppers down there. And then it's going to get to the end of those, fall down, do it one more time on that last chest. It's going to do it one more time on this chest, and it's going to flow over, grab everything from this hopper, and then come over, hit this. We're going to have to power this. We still have to power this, but once the minecart hits that, it's going to roll over, and this is going to be a bubble elevator. So it will go all the way to the top, come over. These will be powered, so it'll send it over in here. And then it drops down. I guess I can't do this myself, but it drops down, takes stuff, gives stuff, takes stuff, gives stuff. Wait a minute. Dang it, that's not gonna work. Rebuild. The way I had it, it was gonna drop down and immediately hop over here. We needed to collect stuff from this, so we need to mess with this a little bit. We need a regular rail here so we can make the corner. And then our elevator is going to go up right here. Yeah, that looks right. We want to water here. It'll drop down, get into there. Hit this, roll down. We'll put a regular rail there. It'll go into our elevator and go up. And then it'll start over again. So hopefully I was able to put across the concept of what's going on to a point where you guys kind of just understand. I'm going to continue building this. I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Either if I see the gasling over there, I might be a little too focused on what I'm doing, so it'll probably grow up and I will not notice it because I'm over here building this. But I'll let you know if I see it. Otherwise, I'll tell you when I'm done. I was heading back to the house for some more materials. And can you see what I can see? It's our goofy little guy. He's here. He is born. Hello, happy little guy. Don't you just love him? Hopefully he doesn't wander very far. Should I get a lead? I should probably get a lead. Are you playing with collision physics? Please don't run away. I wish they would just stay this sized. If they could just stay that size and we could still ride them, that would be so much better, because that would be even better for building. Because he's only one block big. Gee, nope, that's borders. That's hitboxes. It looks like he's like a little bit over a block. No, he might be right at a block. I don't know. But the big one, I think, is like a 2x2. Or maybe a 3x3. I don't know. It's huge. And they pitched it as for building. I guess it does put a difference between creative mode and using the ghast, but still. Why? Sure, it's kind of helpful, but it's kind of big. You can't get into small areas with it. I forgot to grab a crafting table. I have too many crafting tables at this point. Well, that was rather quick. Hello, little man. You're now big man. I was going to go grab some more materials, no, I was going to go to sleep, actually. But now I'm going to make a little saddle for the mans. You. Wool, 2 glass, and leathers. Does it have to be regular glass? Because I have a bunch of green glass. Glass? I don't know. All I have is stained glass. We'll try the magenta. See if it works. If not, I'm gonna have to get some regular glass. Nope, it's gotta be normal glass. Dang it. I know I've got some at the village. I'll be back for you. And our leather, and there it is. I hate how goofy looking this thing is. I hate it so much. Someone needs to make a texture pack for it, like pronto, because it is so dumb looking. I don't know who thought that this was a good design for ghast saddle. Get down here. Go over here. Who thought this was a good idea for a ghast saddle design? It looks so dumb. He's kind of slow. Oh, how do I go down? Does backing up make me go upwards? Hold on. Yeah, we are slowly climbing upwards, and then going forward makes me go downwards. Side to side doesn't do any up and downward. Can we sprint? No. So you can use spacebar to go up. That's the Windows key. Hold on. I feel like there could have been a better way to do this. Yeah. I'm not a major fan of the controls either, but I guess it is what it is. Yo! Yo, where are you going? He's just too high in the air. That might be my fault. I may have gotten off him a little high in the air. Get over here, you little freak. You suck. My gosh. Yo! 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 Get over here. There, got him. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of these guys, but it can be helpful for building. We'll probably use him mostly over at the industrial area when we're building farms. Maybe if we start building something super tall, we can use him for that, but other than that, it's probably only useful around the industrial area. That was kind of underwhelming. Let's get back to building this thing now. So I've got all of this laid out. It should be good, I believe. I've replaced all of this. This dirt is all going to be exterior of the building. Cool. So now we just got to come through here, make sure all of these rails are powered, make sure that all of our fence gates are open, and make sure that water is everywhere where it needs to be. We got to get our bubble elevators put together. Those do need a cap on the top, actually. Hold on. Just to keep our mine carts from flying way up in the air. That's just going to waste time. Put a cap over top of the bubble elevator. But other than the random little bips and bops back there, it's basically done. Now I just got to figure out I need to figure out how we're going to get from here around to our little docking station. And then how we're going to go from our docking to launch and up our first bubble column. And I think that was the hard part, was the launching system. So that's our first bubble elevator there. We just got a rail here, comes up and over here. We got a little piston with an observer, which is looking at this redstone line. So we'll have a button up here, which will light up the redstone, which this will see and send a 1 tick, so the piston will come forward and pull that back. And then when this depowers from the button depowering, it'll send another 1 tick pulse, so it'll push the block forward and go back without pulling the block back. But what it'll do is a minecart will be sitting on top of this. It'll fall down onto this sloped powered rail here, and then it'll run along this way. We're gonna have this and this here, this guy like that, so then we can break this, and we'll need a full block here, so then I think we can come forward like that, probably, and then we can put water here. That should work, I would think. I'm gonna go to sleep. Oh yeah, I think, as much as I'm not a huge gigantic fan of the Happy Ghast, I think we need a name for him. We need a name for the Happy Ghast. If you guys come up with anything fun, I'm accepting suggestions in the comments, okay? Give me some suggestions for a name for our Happy Ghast here. So if we put this guy here, it should work. Oh, I forgot. Never mind. It doesn't like doing that. So we gotta take this away, take the water and move it over here, so then it'll flow and then flow that way. Because I forgot that these are weird. Right? Yeah, there it goes. So if you watch here, this is what's going to happen. I didn't realize that hopper minecarts had a hole in the bottom. That's kind of cool. Good attention to detail. Either Jigless or Minecraft. I'm not sure. It might be Jigless. So it'll continue this way. It'll hit the rail. And I don't have power on the rail because I'm stupid. And there it goes. And then now it sits there. And now it drops. and then it comes all the way over here. Should be sitting right there. Yep. So our launch and our docking system basically work. So now we just got to bubble elevator everything, and then we can work on the exterior. The exciting part! I'm sorry, I just yelled right into my microphone, and I just realized that I'm working with a new microphone, so that was probably quite loud. I'm really sorry. Also, by the way, I've got a new microphone, so I'm kind of trying to dial in the audio and figure it out, just in case this sounds a little jank. I'm sorry. Alright, I had to do a little bit of an adjustment. I think I've got the docking station to where it's going to work properly. I had tried to test it a minute ago and it wasn't working right, but I think I've got it working right. Now, I think the full system is ready for a test run. Let's give her a cart. It goes up, goes over. It might go a little quick over those first ones. I don't know. It's looking good so far. If we want to go around the back, it'll pop down here, come into that one, go up, and starts the next row. Awesome. Well, it's made one cycle. Let's see if it gets all the way to the end. Okay, it looks like we have a fault back here. Just doesn't want to... Okay, that's awesome. Wonderful. So maybe if we get a torch, that should power it. We'll remove this here. Put that there. There, now it's sloped. So we'll put that back. So now it'll hop on there and head this way. Well, it worked eventually. Cool. So all of this works. It's just the docking system that may or may not work. I'm not fully certain. I can give it one more run through. I'm not going to make you guys sit through that. So I guess with that, the storage is done. I mean, we sent the thing through twice. Oh, it corrected itself. Dope. Alright, so I gotta extend all of my chests first. Dang it. Why is it so tall? Why so tall? So what we do is we'll get in here and we just fill everything up. These are all filler items. They're not gonna stack with normal cobblestone because they've been named something else. But we're gonna fill all of them except for this last one. And then as we designate different things, we'll come in here. Okay, we want this to be green glass, so we'll make that green glass. We'll take out our filler. Whenever one of these comes by with, let's put in 12 green glass because I think it'll take a little bit. It'll come by, drop everything into those hoppers, and then we'll fill up with some green glass. It'll carry on and put more stuff in. So we just want to put fillers in all of these, except for our last one. That'll be our overflow. So if we ever throw in an item that doesn't have a slot, we'll know, and we can decide, okay, does this need 1 slot, 2 slots, or 3 slots, or what? And then we can decide which chest it needs to go into. I'll put the filters in later. That might be a post-episode thing, in between this episode and next episode. I don't know. I'll decide that towards the end of the episode. But now, let's work on our actual barn structure, which, because of what I decided to use for it, means it's time to go adventuring, because I don't have mangrove wood at all. And I would like mangrove wood, because that's the closest thing to a good red typed wood. It really is the only good red type wood. Anyway, mangrove wood. Pick a direction, any direction. I'm gonna go this way. Well, that sure took a while. And my computer sounds like it's trying to reach orbit. But I found mangrove. Propagule. Funny name. But I believe that's what you grow them from. It's the propagule. They're not the easiest to get a hold of, though. That one wasn't ripe. It looks like they've got varying ripeness, like a cocoa bean might have. Just grab a couple more and get out of here since it's getting dark. Well, that sure took a while. Turns out farming these things for wood planks takes a long time, because a good amount of the time you get ones like this where you got 4 logs and that's it, and they take a really long time to grow. It takes a lot in order to actually get the propagules, because they're these things. They don't drop from the leaves. They are these things. So you got to make sure that they grow to full maturity, unlike this guy, before you actually cut them off. But we've got 2 stacks and 12, so we can at least get started. So I'm going to go ahead and box this in with the red stuff, while slowly continuing to farm mangrove, because I'm fairly certain we don't have enough yet. Turns out the 2 stacks of mangrove wood was just about enough. Come on. Oh wow, I only needed a stack. Dope. I've got all the... what's this stuff called again? Bird poop. I got all the bird poop. Diorite. I got all the diorite up now. Do I have my bow? Thank you. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I want to put walls in the corner just for a little bit more depth, because it's just a very flat wall at the moment. Yeah, that just gives it a little bit more depth. I like that. I was thinking some sort of deep slate something, maybe deep slate brick, I don't know. And then lined with diorite. No, that's wrong. Dang it. No, dang it. You suck. No. Dang it. No. Fine, I give up. I'll use the ghast. Why does he go down while I'm trying to go forward? Yeah, I can't get all the way up against it unless I'm... Yeah, but look at that. He's got a massive hitbox. It's not as useful as they say it is. But it is a little useful, I guess. He's really slow, though. I don't have enough stairs. Why are you going down? You suck. What am I hitting on? What am I getting caught on? Why is your hitbox so big? You're so useless. Yes, I know it's something that you have to get used to, but man, this really could have been made easier. And why do I take damage getting off of it? And why does it fly away the moment I get off of it? Yes, I understand this is something that certain people are going to absolutely love. But this is something that I am not fully on board with. How do you attract them again? Snowballs, right. Bro, over here, hello. Aren't you supposed to stick close to me? What the heck? Finally, jeez. Yeah, he's useful in some scenarios, but the fact that he can't just, like, stick near me when I need him to stick near me makes him just that much harder to use. The navigation is weird. I feel like it could have been done better. It could absolutely have been done better. But this is what we've got, so there's no point in complaining to Mojang. Mojang will change nothing ever. There's our curve. It looks a little bit tall. I might... yeah, I might have to shorten a couple of those. It does look really tall. It looked pretty good over in my... Well, I guess I gotta tear it down and rebuild it again. Let's see if it responds any better to snowballs. Come here. Sure enough. At least it's in mounting range. I still don't think that this thing, seeing as it was promoted as an early game flying option, I don't think that it should almost require an elytra and rockets in order to mount. Darn it, now it looks a little bit squat. Okay, I think we've found our Goldilocks ratio finally. That's irritating. Where's my snowballs? That one is actually a happy gas thing. Get over here, you. It would appear the range on the snowballs is actually pretty decent. That's good. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, is it based off of... It's direction... Okay, this is why I was having trouble. It's directionally based. I was gonna say, there's no point in this if every time you try to go forward, you end up going down. But it makes sense if it's directionally based. It's like you look up to go up, you look down to go down. And does it... Oh, okay, that's how you go down as well. So you can go... Okay, we're learning, guys! We're learning. I think I can take back a couple of the things that I've said about you. Still not a major fan of how I gotta take damage in order to get off of you. Anyway, let's do the bell curve on the back. This one's gonna be much easier now that we've got a template to work off of. Dang it. So close. There, and there. We are a single staircase short. I don't know how I managed to do it, but that's mildly impressive and very infuriating. Alright, after all this, buddy, I believe I owe you an apology. I'm sorry I've been ragging on you all day. You're really not actually all that bad. It's just some of your mechanics, such as the fact that I can't just park you somewhere. Kind of annoying. Other than that, that was very handy. I apologize for the majority of what I've said. Except for the lack of parking, of course. Ow. And that. I'm sure with a little bit of texturing, this roof here will look just right. It seems a little bit smooth, even though they're all the deep slate brick texture. But that's nothing that a little bit of just cobbled deep slate and other variants can fix. Now I guess next thing is to fill that in with red, and the backside as well. Well, obviously there's some detailing in order, but it looks pretty good. You could probably use a couple of cross joists, who knows, maybe a couple of support beams up and down. The side should look just fine though. Yeah. The only thing I'm seeing is we're gonna have to texture that roof for sure. It's just too much there to not have anything. And that looks very naked. Again, some more support beams, cross joists, the works. Maybe a window up into the attic. And then as for the inside, we need to do a little bit of work here and here. We might not do glass. We might change it over to something else. Maybe we'll use some of that copper that we've got. Use some like chiseled copper or something. Wear it a little bit so it's kind of green so it fits in a little bit. And then we can do a ceiling in here. We need to light it up. And then we can probably get a ladder up the outside for access into the attic. Maybe spruce as a ceiling or oak. Not sure. We might go with oak. So I've been doing some detailing as I've been waiting for my copper to age. It's taking a very long time. I've got some deep slate mixed in with the... Well, I've got some cobbled deep slate mixed in with the deep slate bricks. And I think that it makes it a lot less smooth and I really like it. I've also gone through and lit everything up. I've got a little bit of cross bracing on the front. I've got the doors in the front. On the inside, I decided instead of doing a full floor, we'll just throw in some cross bracing and put some lanterns up. And then we can have a second level accessible from the inside rather than building a ladder on the outside on the back. It's not a lot up here, but we can throw some chests up here, make this like a mass storage, like for things that we get a lot of, such as cobblestone. Complete the texture from the inside as well. I've only done this one side so far, but it looks good on the inside as well. I haven't done any of the slabs, but I kind of intensified the cobbling down below and kind of phased it out a little bit as we got higher. So I didn't really want to make cobbled slabs. So we're just like that now. But yeah, anyway, I realized that I hadn't hopped in with an update in a while, and I've gotten a lot done, and I've just been putzing around waiting for this stuff to age slowly. After the detailing on the side of the roof, I'm gonna come in here and mess with the terrain because we're right up to the building with our slope. I don't like how the dirt is touching the building on that side. And then around here on the back side, it's just kind of floating. So I gotta do a lot of terrain work over here. Luckily, I have a lot of dirt. I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Most likely the trees will be gone, the training will be done, and then the copper will be ready to install. Hopefully. Ooh, dope. Our copper's finally done. Only took forever. Now we can get this slapped together finally. I forgot to wax that one. There. Now I just gotta go find my axe because I forgot to wax one. Other than that, it looks good. And I think this place is finally done. It looks good. I even went around, and after I terrained a little bit, actually, let's get the tour in the light when I don't have to worry about spiders and stuff. There we go. Now don't forget to wax it. Perfect. Now hopefully none of these change any weird goofy colors. Cool. Now that it's light out, we can give a little bit of a tour. So let's go stand over here. It looks a little bit thick and squat. We can live with it. It's fine. I think it looks good. We got a little bit of a shutter going on the outside of the window. Give it a nice little white border. We pulled this hill was reaching out all the way over here. It was most concentrated here, but there was a layer all the way out. So I pulled it back and sloped it a little bit. I think it looks nice. I like the texturing on the roof. That looks good. There's not any sort of texturing on the mangrove, but I think we can live with it. And then here on the back side, I threw up a door in the back. It will never open because it will just expose the gubbins of the machine. We've got another window with a little bit of a white border on it. And then I sloped this down and out. If you remember, that was just floating, so I sloped that down and out a little bit. It's a pretty aggressive slope, but it works. And then I went around and bone mealed everything, and I bone mealed a little bit down by the house because we still didn't have a whole lot of grass and stuff down there. Of course, we got rid of all of the tall grass. Ignore that one. I think it looks good. Oh yeah, we can look at the inside as well. I can't remember. It's been so long since I checked in with you guys. I've been waiting so long for all this copper to be done. So we'll check in on the inside. I put a little... Okay, starting off, floor. We've got coarse dirt. That way it's not going to turn to grass. I think it'll look good like this. It is just a barn. It'll be fine. I like being able to see the gubbins a little bit through the glass. Every block back there that's spawnable has a piece of carpet on it, like this guy right here. It's got a little moss carpet there. So that should prevent spawns back there if I hit everything. We've got a little ladder heading upstairs here. Some supports. I think the supports look good. I'm not fully certain on these ones, but I think it looks good. And then I covered these up because I kept standing on this one and getting pulled down into the underworld. But now we've got everything, well, most of everything sorted out. We're still a little bit going. Where was I? There's all our nether stuff. We got dyes here. I wanted to do templates in here as well. This is kind of just the catch-all of random stuff that doesn't have a massive amount of stuff. I think we can throw in some dyed wool in here as well. I think it's working. I think it looks good. I don't know about you guys. I really like it. What's up, buddy? And this guy's actually growing on me. I don't hate him as much as I was saying earlier. He's actually pretty decently helpful, especially now that I'm starting to understand the controls a little bit. My main thing earlier was I was just not sure how the controls worked, and it was confusing me. He is useful. I think he's more designed for large scale projects. Probably not quite this scale, probably bigger, like skyscrapers and stuff. So, like I said earlier, we'll probably just take him over to the industrial area and we'll leave him over there, because we tend to build stuff up in the air to prevent spawns and stuff. Now that we're finally done with the barn, I guess we could have ended a while ago and just dealt with the copper later, but I decided to let the copper go. Now we are actually done with our barn, and it looks good and I like it. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out today. Had a blast. Next episode, probably not going to be building. Well, it might be building. I think we're probably going to go redstone farms. Possibly redstone farms. Definitely farms of some sort. I've got a couple of things over in the industrial area I would like to put together. And on top of that, we still need to get back into the end and build us an actual XP farm. That way we don't have to use the villagers all the time. So next episode, I'm going to have a list of some farms that we're going to do, and we'll put them together, and we'll have fun. Thanks again for coming and hanging out. Had a blast. Hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya.